Nice to have you here. Could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Yamen. I'm from Syria. I'm working as software engineer since 6 years now. I spent 2 of them in Syria, 1 in Malaysia, and now almost 3 here in Germany. I studied 5 years software engineering in Damascus University. After I graduated there, I worked 2 or 2.5 years at a telecommunication company called MTN. And then I moved to Malaysia, worked there for 1 year for Mind Valley, came here to Germany, worked 2 years for Zalando, and now almost 1 year at SAP.
And could you tell us a bit more, like what did you do in Zalando and which field you were working on, and
Sure.
the same in SAP?
So in Zalando, I was working as a backend software engineer for the Phoenix platform or Phoenix team. We were basically responsible for serving 10 million customers. Of course, Zalando work in fashion field, so we have to develop our services to handle the high load. We did this in Java. Of course, AWS also was part of the infrastructure. Currently in SAP, I'm working with Python. I'm working in the machine learning platform team.
What do you suggest me as a Java developer if I want to find a job in Germany? What should I do?
So the first thing is to have a good knowledge about OOP concepts, solid programming concepts, and to have a good knowledge about some frameworks. And I would recommend Spring because this is the most famous framework and the most used one here. And to stay up to date, like always read what's new in the field of your choosing programming language. In this context, it's Java. And that's the basic stuff as the programming language.
Yeah, and what about the language? What do you suggest me to, if I want to improve, what do you suggest me to, start learning more German and then improve my German skills, or you suggest me to, I don't know?
Well, actually, if you like languages and you want to learn German, that would be nice. You would have a nice time here. But anyway, in Berlin and Germany, especially in software engineering and specifically in Berlin, you won't really need German. I mean, if you have a good understanding and a good mastering for English, would be more than fine. Of course, you'd need German to talk with the people, but at professional level, all software engineer companies here depend on English. So
if I have some lack of skills in my English as well, and then the same in German, I want to start German, you suggest me to study
English.
And improve my English?
Yeah, I would go first for English because that's what you would need for your work, and then for German language you can always do this as a free time activity.
As a developer, why should I come to Germany?
Well, first thing, Germany in terms of IT is really like the startup scene currently. There's a lot of startups opening right now, especially in Berlin. And as I said, you will have a lot of experience here because it's totally open and free market, and you'd have a lot of customers from all over the EU. I mean, any company will have a great number of customers, like million, 2 million, or 10 million, 100 millions. And that would give you a great experience while building the IT for such companies, because you will have it's the most important thing in IT is how to handle big load, and that's what you would find in most of the companies here.
Good. As a Java developer, if I want to apply for a job, how does it differ if you refer me to a company, as a developer to your own company, or I just apply directly through the job?
Well, any job currently, if you want to go online and apply for it, probably, especially for Germany, because like I said, it's a huge scene in startups currently. You'd find 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 developer, I don't know. So it's always much better to get someone to refer you to the job, because you will have the priority in this queue, and probably you'd also skip some interview levels.
Do you think is it true, if I don't apply for a job and ask for a visa, the German companies will skip me or try to avoid to actually accept me because I came from Middle East, or I came from some countries which are
I don't think so, because I mean currently I'm working here. I'm from Middle East, and I know like 10 other Syrians working here, and currently in my team in SAP there is only one German and like 19 other employees from all over the world. So companies here that don't really care about the visa, because they always have their relations with the foreigners office or whatever. Maybe if you applied a loan to come here and search for business, maybe it will have some troubles. But if you got a job offer from the company and you want to come here, it's not that much hard for the company. They really seek talents. They don't care a lot where are you coming from.
So we already discussed a bit about like Berlin. Would you choose Berlin again to come if you wanted to?
Yes, for sure. Berlin, I mean in Germany I think the best is Berlin. It might be a little bit crowded, but it's I think the most amazing one. So it's the best place to live in Germany.
How is it the best for you, like as a developer?
Well, so as a developer, first of all, there is a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities. So if you are, for some reason, you want to change to another company, it's easy. I mean, of course, it will take like 1 month or two, but again, it's easy. There's a lot of opportunities over there. So as a developer, it's really great. There is always new startups, new ideas coming up, so you can choose whatever you like. And yeah, that's for me as a developer. And again, for me as a person, it's really multicultural, and I like it that way.
I'm not so confident about my English skills actually. So that's one of the things I'm so afraid like to.
Yeah, but I mean, the first time I get out of Syria and I worked in Malaysia, I've never spoke English before. So when I went to Malaysia, yes, I mean, maybe for the first month you would feel okay, I'm not comfortable, but then you would get used to it. And to be honest, the only way to enhance your language is by practicing. So if you can practice wherever you are now, that's good. If you can't, at least you can understand good English, you have the ability to express yourself. But if you are not comfortable and you are missing the confidence, you will get it by time. So that won't be like the biggest problem.
So again, the same question. Like, I am a software engineer. I've studied software engineering, but I didn't do that much programming already. Like in university, we learned C for sure, and a bit work with Java, but I didn't have any experience like really in programming. Do you have any suggestions, like how can I improve my skills, and then how should I actually find a way, like the shortest way to get a job in Germany, or I don't know, improve my skills in a way that help me for that?
So I think this is two-part question. The first part, how to improve the skills. First of all, try to get a job wherever you are now. I mean, even if it's not paid, as a trainee or whatever, you always have the chance to work with GitHub, and I think this is really important. Work on open source projects. Have a really good GitHub account, and that's one thing that I was asked about even when I was applying here. They always say, send us your GitHub account. So always you have the chance to build a good portfolio on GitHub. You can always do some projects even for fun. That will increase your expertise and also your chances. This is regarding how to have some experience. And regarding what will make it easier to come here, it's always about getting the good advice to know what you are missing and what you have to do. And for such stuff, this is what the talent bridge is all about, to give you the correct answers for a question and to help you to get here.
Yeah, true. What should I do actually to do, like, I don't know, for example, you said I have to get my first maybe job, like work as an intern or anything, but how can what should I actually concern about for my job? Like, I want to work in a project or in a company. What is the most important things for them? If it's my first job, I want to improve in a way to get a job in Europe. So what actually parameters this company or this project should have?
Well, so first of all, I would say if it's open source, if you are talking like, and you have some open source account, then the first thing is the code quality. This is the first thing. The second thing, if you are working for a company, what they mostly care about again is like your mindset, how you are approaching problems, how do you deal with the problem in a team, the workflows you are working on for deployment, the methodologies like Scrum, Agile, what are you using in your company. Because I mean, after all, when you are making an interview, they can't really tell what are you working in your company. So they can't tell the details. They can't go to the code in the company. So that would be hard. So mostly their question would be directed to see how you are thinking and what's your knowledge.
How long is like a process? For example, let's imagine I send my CV to you and ask you to introduce me to your company. How is like the interview process usually? How long does it take? And how difficult is it to go through all this process?
Well, it will take some time. This is the first point. It will take some time because, again, imagine that you are not alone. You have other competitors. So it will take some time. 1 month, 2 months maybe. That's fine. Usually most of the companies here, their process would be like 3 to 4 steps, probably. A couple of technical interviews, 1 HR interview, and maybe another interview with the CEO or CTO or whoever, just to make sure that you are a good fit.
Okay, we know about like the technical interviews. It's obvious. They ask me some technical questions. You have to answer them. If you give the best answers, maybe they will get really impressed about your knowledge and stuff. But is it important? Like, how is it important, the HR interviews or the interviews which are not technical, or there are just some routines which always happens?
Well, I believe they are they are more important than technical because, I mean, anyway, they come first. So most of the time you have the HR interview first, and then if you are qualified, you would go to the technical interview. Because like I said, again, what companies really care about is how you will affect the team and the environment you are working on. Technical skills, you are always missing something. There's no doubt about this. You are always missing something, but you will learn it. But if your personality are not a good fit for the team, you'll affect the whole team. If you can't work, if you are not a team player, you'll affect the whole team. So all this stuff, they will be discovered during the HR interview. They will ask you some questions, and depending on how you answer and how you interact, then they can tell whether you are a good fit for the company culture or not. If you are not a good fit for the company culture, then it doesn't make any sense to go for the technical interviews. So most of the companies first come HR interview and then the other.
So it's not enough to just be a high talent with high skills and technical point of view? No,
I mean, I've worked with super talented people, but they are not good fit for the team because they can't work on a team, and it's always a problem when you can't work a team. Then you will hurt the whole team. If you are a team of 10 developers and you have one that's not good fit, it will hurt all the team. So it's always important to be a team player, to know how to work in a multicultural environment, and that's really important because you have always different point of views. You have people from all over the world, so this is really important. And then comes the technical skills.
How can I improve my skills, like to be a good player in a team? I never worked in a big team, in the company with a big team. What do you mean by like fitting in a team?
Well, so first of all, you have to learn how to accept other point of views, and this is really important, to accept and respect other point of views. I mean, maybe some other people has some opinions that seems weird for you, but you have to respect it and to discuss it in a really calm way. It's not like you are always the right person and the others are wrong, because for sure you would have some conflicts in your working environments. We are designed like human beings in a way not to think alike. So this is the first problem, to accept other point of views. One way that you can improve your team, let's say, team working ability is again the outsourced project, the GitHub, the open source project are really cool because usually there's like a lot of people working on one project, and then you can join and learn how other people think. And then you'll get to accept that it's not only your point of view is right, there's other point of views that also will be right.
Do you think if you were not from Syria, maybe you were from US or you were from UK, you get better opportunities here?
Well, to be honest, it's hard to tell. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe if I'm from USA, then I know I would get better opportunities. But nevertheless, I mean, I'm here, I can compete, I'm getting great job at great companies, so I can do it. I mean, if anyone from third world country can do it, then possibly all people who are qualified can do it. I mean, even if from, I don't know, for some politics or something, they prefer non-third world countries, but nevertheless, we are here and we are doing a great job, and we are like a large community here. So I don't think it will really affect anything.
Before you came to Germany, actually, have you ever thought that you may work in such a big company as SAP?
No, not really, because I mean, SAP is one of the biggest company in the world, and it's really old. It's like 70 years old. It's like the I don't know, Microsoft or Amazon or whatever. So yeah, I mean, even in Syria, we know about this company, and I never thought that I would be here someday.
So how did you reach here?
Well, basically, I would say just the hard work, to have devotion in your work, to love what you are doing, and keep increasing your experience, and that's it. And you can compete then. You can be wherever you want to be.